everybody. Welcome back to another video. Yeah, taking a while. Took a long break, obviously, for the off season. Kind of slacking on the videos because we got Austin got a new car, obviously, as you can see in the background. His old Camaro is sitting there. We got it tore apart. We got the engine pulled out, transmission, seat, fin, shocks, steering column. Even told that out. Yeah, we kind of made a decision after his rollover and circle that we were gonna go ahead and just replace it. Is that made more sense to us? Replace it, build a new car. And so he did. We'll get to showing you that here in a little bit. And then myself got a new car also. And yeah, it was kind of a deal that came up with a good friend. Some of you who probably seen a video posted on Facebook already by the Ma probably already know what it is. And some people probably seen it here or there. And yeah, so if you'll recognize the car, I'll show it to you guys and show Austin's car here in a little bit. They're both in the garage getting worked on. Yeah, had a pretty good deal on my car that I got. So yeah, we're gonna kind of do some work, and once I show it to you, you guys are exactly know whose it was and where it came from. So, but the goal right now is we're gonna take the spoiler off of this car, so we can put it on the other car because that one doesn't have one. Because, well, why not? They make the car look cool. And we're gonna take this fin off because the one that was on that car weighs about 400 pounds. Yeah. So we're gonna do that. And while we're in there, I'll tell you the good old story about why Dad's truck is still parked around back when it should be up there. Yeah, it was a fun trip to get that particular car. So yeah, we'll get all into that here in a minute. But first, get you guys set up, and we're gonna get this out and that off, so that we can put it onto the other car. Sit you guys up here real quick. on board with us for another season. Real big appreciative, real big supporters of the race team and what we do in the program and whatnot. Sorry, I was looking out what they do, what they're doing over there. But yeah, if you or a loved one know anybody who needs any help or looking to get sober or any of that kind of stuff, get a hold of them. They'll get you set up. They'll work with you, and yeah, just a great group of people over there that everyone's just interested in making sure you get the help that you need. Yeah, just make sure. I'll put a link down in the description, and go check them out on Facebook and on their website. I believe it's rockyrehab.com. I'll put it down in the description down below. But yeah, well, in the meantime, I'll bring you guys back once I get this off. All right, we are back in the shop now. I got the fin and the spoiler off. They're all off and good to go and ready. So there's Austin's car in the flesh. As you can tell, we've done a little bit of work to it and whatnot. Kind of get around to it, but once I show you the car that I decided to get, because we got a really good buy. Like I said, you guys are gonna. Like I said, you guys are gonna really know where it came from and who I got it from. Really good buddy. Oh, yeah. I got Jace's car. It's still weird that I have. Yeah, I bought it. Gave me a real good price on it. Couldn't really, couldn't I couldn't turn it down. So yeah, we're doing some work on it right now. Getting the seat mounted in it. Have to replace all the all the shocks in here because they're not legal anymore. At the time when he was running, they were legal, but now they're not. But yeah, there's a couple of firsts for this. This is a '77 Caprice frame with a G body body on it. So that's cool. That's kind of how they did it. If you can see right there, they just they cut the floor, left the firewalls in, and then kind of just spread it open, put this on, and then welded it all together all the way around. So yeah, that's kind of neat. It's pretty cool how they did that, how they're able to do that. Um, there's the fin. The reason why we got to do that, the reason why I did that is because the fin Chase had on here, like I was saying, weighs about 400 pounds, and it's about the same height as that one, but also like 3 or 4 inches longer. But I think that one will look better than that big one. But we're currently, like I said, we're getting a seat put in, mounting that up. He was a scrawny, if you know Chase, he's scrawny. So I have to kind of redo all this so it can fit me. So the other thing that we're going to try to do, maybe, is try and move the shifter up that way. I'm gonna haven't looked underneath to see how much play we have with the cable yet, but we're gonna see if we can move this up forward about an inch because with how big the seat is and all that, and where we have this set up, the seat's gonna be right next to that, like almost on it right there. And so yeah, there's that. So we got to finish welding that in, put some braces up there for the back of it. Chase did not run that. He just had a seat mounted down there with his belts mounted there and down there. So yeah. Big thanks to Nick, the promoter for Lewistown. He came out. He's in town for training this week, so he decided to come out last night and help us out. He helped with that, and he helped in Austin's car getting the rear end in it. And that thing has been an absolute pain in the rear end, literally and figuratively. It took us about 3 days to figure out what kind of rear end that is. We just knew it was GM 8 something. It would be 8.2 or 8.5. And we think it's an 8.5, so we put an 8.5 carrier in it. Everything works. So we put the carrier that was in my old car that is now out back there, like you guys seen. We put the carrier and the gearing and all that in this rear end, so that Austin is set up so he'll have a posi. Unlike in his Camaro, it was a mini spool. You're allowed to have that in an 8.5 rear end because they're bigger axles and all that. So this will be his first year running a mini spool in this. Not a mini spool, a actual posi unit in this. And this car is also a lot bigger than the Camaro, so he'll have a little bit of learning, but I think he'll be all right. I don't think he'll have any issues or any of that kind of stuff. We're also mounted his seat in. Well, that got it tight. Cool. We just got to. There's a couple of things we got to do to it. I'm waiting on a couple of parts for this. Should be a part coming in today for the rear end. So then that can officially go together, complete, and fill it up with 80, 90, and then should be done. We don't have to mess with it anymore. The only thing then we have to do is figure out a drive shaft for it. We got to build one. We have to shorten one of those one. I think the one on the right over there. We got to shorten that one. I think. I'm not 100% positive. Got to tighten that up. And oh, cool. We already got that in there. So we had to put that in there to kind of stabilize that a little better. Sorry for the mess. We've just been busy trying to get caught up, or kind of a little behind. Put a fancy spoiler on this, the ones that are worth $500 that'll make the downforce real nice, Nope, definitely did not do that. Just a little siding, just a little trim. It works, just like on the car I was running. So yeah, and this is set up for 2 seats, but Austin does not want to run 2 seats in here, so that's just kind of there for play. And yeah. The other thing, that was a complete mess. The guy before us was running modified and had that all tore up, and then we had to put it all back together and whatnot. And got also did a complete rebuild on his engine. Well, not. Oh, I shouldn't say complete. And yeah, I guess you could say we did new bearings, new rod and main bit cap bearings, did new rings, the whole shebang on that one. Yeah, and we even put poly locks on there, so we shouldn't have any more issues with those backing off anymore, like they were up in Billings, or a couple times last year. So that was fun. I kind of learned how to do that, so that was kind of fun, and did all that fun jazz stuff. Got it all timed. Should be good to go. Once we just got to wire everything, get the radiator mounted. Shouldn't be too bad. Can't find the other one of them though, because that one over there, this one here is off my car. But yeah, we don't quite know where this one is, so it's somewhere in this mess. We don't know where. We got to do some work up here because both sides are a little bit of wheel, have a little bit of play in it. But yeah, should be fun. Should be good. Oh yeah, the other thing is both cars are bolt-in axles. Usually we run we're C-clip, so learning to do on this because that was ready to go, race ready. Boom, just get in and race. Other than replace the seat and the shocks, just get in and go and whatnot. And so that, yeah, so this has been a fun, good learning curve and learning how to do all that and whatnot. Um, and back over to this car, um, it has a full spool in the back of it. So I've never ran a full spool before. I'm assuming it's like a mini spool, but just full. That makes sense. Just doesn't have the carrier and all that in there. Just that itself. So it should be fun. Should be a good learning curve. And Chase kind of told me all the stuff that he did to that and whatnot and blah blah blah. He did say that I needed to do a. He did say that I needed to do a oil change on it, but I checked the dipstick and it looks brand new. So I might do an oil change, might not do it. I don't know. We've been firing it up here and there just to get some heat cycles in it since we bought it. Yes, there are future winter stickers on here from when Chase ran it, and I know he has. Since I started racing, I know he has at least 6 wins, but they didn't have these stickers at the time when I first started racing. So yeah, I know he has at least 6 wins in Lewistown. I know that. I forgot what I was talking about before. But also, another thing that's going to be a learning for us is on the Camaro. Another thing that's going to be a learning curve for us is on the Camaro and my G body. The front tires on those are 250. So we had a smaller tire in the front, bigger tire in the back. Just like if you were drag racing, obviously, but that's how we did. That's the only way we could get by because of the way we had our extra shocks in the front. But on this car and that car, we're going to have 235s all the way around. So that should be interesting. Should be fun to learn again. I know I say fun a lot. Austin's excited to have a big car rather than in Camaro where there's cramped and not a whole lot of space. But Austin's excited to see how this car goes. We're hoping to have both cars ready for the first race in Lewistown, which I believe is June 21st, I believe. I guess I could look. Race in Lewistown is June 21st. I just confirmed. We're hoping to have both cars there for that. Whether or not my car will be painted, that is kind of one of the agreements Chase and I made. Was the car will be a different color. Obviously for good reasons. He says it's signature paint, so I better change it. So I will. He's ran that paint for his entire racing career and whatnot, so we'll do that. Whether or not Austin's car gets painted, it might just have a number on the side of it and just kind of good for the first race, and then after that it'll probably get painted. But the other part were some other things real quick on Austin's car. I kind of know I'm sorry for jumping all over the place. There's just a lot to cover. Another thing is waiting on a shifter cable for this. That's one of the parts we're missing. Kind of bent the other one over there. Whoopsies. I think that's everything. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was going to tell you guys a story on when we were going up to get this thing. So we're heading up there. The reason why Dad's truck is back there, we're heading up there, and we're about, I don't know, 20-ish miles outside of Stanford, and Dad's the transmission in Dad's truck does something weird. Um, so we're like, okay. So Dad got a little concerned, so he looked at the transmission tip. Well, it was clear up in 240. We're like, okay, that's a little high. And it kept on going. By the time we got to Stanford, to the gas station in Stanford, it crept all the way to 260, 265, something like that. So we get there and check the transmission fluid. Now, somehow it disappeared. It wasn't even on the stick. We don't know where it went. Look underneath the truck. It is dry as a bone. It is. There's no signs of a leakage anywhere. So it's kind of weird. Um, so we called Chase and told him our situation. They came down with some transmission fluid for Dad's truck. We put 2.5 quarts in it, and sitting there, we sat there for about an hour waiting because they were in Denton. And so we get there. He gets there, so we drive it up there. The temperature dropped down to 185. So we drive in. Not very long, it crept all the way back up to 260, 265, and pulled over in Denton for a few minutes. And they said we're only about 4 or 5 minutes out from the house, but it's all uphill. So we get there, and so Chase and his dad, I'll just say, uh, the, the Gear family, they're pretty cool. They're pretty darn cool, I'll admit. They're really good people. They helped us out. They hauled Dad's truck back to Great Falls for us, and Chase, with his new truck, which is a good first experience with the new truck, he got to haul his old car back for the one last time before he officially says goodbye to it. And yeah, they big thank you to the Gear family and helping us out getting the vehicles back here to Great Falls, because that was not sure how we would have done it. Thankfully they had the trailers and all that for that. Um, yeah, so that's. Oh yeah, so Chase ran a code because we had check engine light came on. That was the reason why Dad checked the fluid after that deal with the transmission. Uh, says something like a torque converter lockup stuck off or something like that. And from what everyone says, it usually means your torque converter uh, is pretty much disintegrating itself inside. And as they said, usually will feel uh, a shake or vibration or something before it actually goes. And we never felt that in the truck at all, not once. And Dad pulled the transmission pan out, and the fluid looked. I mean, it was brown. It was pretty well in there. It was due for a change. But there was no shavings, nothing like that from the torque converter because we were expecting it to be in there somewhere, but there was nothing. So there's a chance we might have dodged a bullet on that one and just having to replace the torque converter rather than the entire transmission, because obviously one is significantly cheaper than the other. So we're hoping for that. But yeah, Dad's currently on the lookout for a torque converter for that, a 4L90, I believe is what it is. It's a 2017